friends. Welcome back to Spinning Disc Sessions. I've got 5 more albums that I randomly picked to talk about today, and we are going to start off with Alien Ant Farm, True Ant, from August of 2003. It's an American rock band from Riverside, California, featuring Dryden Vera Mitchell on vocals and rhythm guitar, Mike Cosgrove on drums, and Terry Corso on lead guitar and backing vocals, Tim Pugh on bass and backing vocals. The genre is alt metal, new rock, and post grunge. And it was produced by DreamWorks Records, from Robert DeLeo and Dan DeLeo, the bassist and guitarist of Stone Temple Pilots, which is pretty cool that you got some artists that would, pretty famous artists that produce your album for you. This album from Alien Ant Farm definitely has a more diverse range, such styles as Spanish salsa on the track Tia Lupe, jazz on Neverment, and ska on 1,000 Days. And I really like this album because each song is really unique sound blending, and it has a good flow to it. The sleeve is really cool because it features the like an old school peachy folder, and it actually has the faces of the guys on there of the band, which is kind of fun. And the insert, or like inside, it's actually college rule paper, and you got the grades on there of each song, which is kind of fun, So this album actually features a DVD with some home video of them and their tour, which is, it's silly. It's a fun watch, but you're only gonna watch it once. So yeah, pretty cool album. Definitely a keeper. I really like this band. They're one of my favorite alt rock grunge bands. So next on the list we got Beastie Boys, License to Ill. This album right here. The band members are obviously Mike D, Michael Diamond on vocals and drums, MCA, Adam Yauk on bass guitar and vocals, and then we got Ad Rock, Adam Horovitz on vocals and guitar. This was produced by Def Jam, and it was the first rap LP to top Billboard's Top 200, and the second rap album to be certified platinum. Critics rank this as one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time, which is kind of cool. This album was produced by Rick Rubin, who the group had some creative differences with and ended up leaving Def Jam label and signed with Capitol Records. It features some of the greatest songs, like Fight for Your Right, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, and Brass Monkey. Beastie Boys is a really great band to introduce you to the rap and hip-hop scene if you haven't listened to much of it, just because it's easy listening, the lyrics are easy to follow, it's got a lot of rock guitar throughout it. The artwork was created by Stephen Byram and World B. Ohms. It's just a great album for anyone to have in their collection. So I actually probably have to replace this album just because it's got quite a bit of scratches on it. It's been through some abuse over the years. So, millennials in our car sleeves and not putting stuff back in the jewel cases where it belongs. So, we got Alice in Chains, Jar of Flies, which is their third studio EP, released in 1994. It was actually their second acoustic EP. It was the first acoustic EP to debut #1 on Billboard's Top 200. It features songs such as No Excuses and I Stay Away. The artwork was done by the photographer Rocky Schneedick. He's a music photographer. So it's got some pretty cool stuff in here too. I don't know if you... Yeah. Just a fun sleeve. I think that's a fun thing about albums, is you get this full sleeve. Like the older albums, for sure, you get the full artwork and all the lyrics. So yeah, Great acoustic album. Definitely a different flow from their more hard rock grunge style of their music. The album obviously features Lane Staley on vocals, bassist Mike Inez, who formerly worked with Ozzy, Jerry Cantrell on guitar, and Sean Kinney on drums. So, it's definitely a keeper for sure. So, we've got Bastille, Bad Blood, next on the list, who is, this is their first studio album, English indie pop band, 2013, features Dan Smith on vocals, Kyle Simons on keys, Will Farquharson on bass and guitar, and Chris Wood on drums. Produced by Mark Crew and Dan Smith of Virgin Records. The genre is indie pop, rock, and synth pop, alt dance. The artwork on this was done by Andrew Bannister. Yeah, fun little photographer piece there. So, it features songs like obviously Bad Blood, which is a really fun song. Pompeii. I think my favorite song on this is Icarus. It's a good listen. It's pretty mild though. I wouldn't say it's like a very upbeat album. I think it's, it is upbeat in its own way, but pretty chill, pretty smooth for an alt-rock indie band. So, I like it. It's not something that I'm going to listen to every day, but it's a good listen, so I would give it a chance for sure. So, we've got Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix, otherwise known as just Phoenix. It's a play on, obviously, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Mozart? I think that's right. Yeah. It's a good album. One of my favorite albums. Really unique sound to it. This is actually their fourth studio album from their French band. This came out in 2009 by V2 Records. The style is indie rock, indie pop, rock synth, and new wave. It was produced by Philip Czar, and it's critically acclaimed to be one of the best albums of 2009. It earned a Grammy for Best Alt-Rock Album in 2010. It features Thomas Mars on vocals, Laurent Brankowitz on guitar, Christian Mazzali on guitar, and Thomas Heflin on drums. It's a really fun album. Just really unique sound. You got to give it a listen to it. If you've never listened to Phoenix, this definitely is the album to listen to. Give it a listen. So that's all I've got for this little episode, and I hope you give some of these a listen. Check them out for yourself. Always listen to physical media. It's way more fun than streaming. And listen with a purpose. So, alright, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.